The cradle of jazz, New Orleans, at the turn of the century. New Orleans at the dawn of the 20th century was a melting pot of cultures. It teemed with a vibrant mix of African, French, Spanish, and Caribbean influences. This unique blend created a fertile ground for new musical expressions. Out of this cultural fusion, a new sound emerged: jazz. Early jazz was born in the streets, dance halls, and brothels of New Orleans. Musicians, both black and white, came together to experiment with new sounds. They drew inspiration from the diverse musical traditions around them. This included the blues, ragtime, and European classical music. This environment of creative ferment gave rise to a distinctly American art form. A fusion of sounds. The ingredients of jazz. Jazz music is a unique blend of musical elements. African rhythms provided the driving force and improvisational spirit. European harmonies and structures provided a framework. The blues, with its raw emotion and soulful melodies, added another layer of depth. From this fusion emerged a sound that was both familiar and entirely new. Improvisation is at the heart of jazz. Musicians are given the freedom to express themselves within the framework of the melody. This element of spontaneity and individual expression became a defining characteristic of the genre. It allowed for endless variations and ensured that no two jazz performances were ever the same. Architects of sound. Pioneers of early jazz. The early 20th century saw the emergence of iconic jazz musicians. These pioneers helped shape and define the genre during its formative years. One such figure was Louis Armstrong. His mastery of the trumpet and his innovative improvisations pushed the boundaries of jazz. Another key figure was Duke Ellington. Ellington was a skilled pianist, composer, and band leader. He brought a sophisticated and orchestral approach to jazz. His innovative arrangements and compositions helped elevate jazz to new heights. These early pioneers not only shaped the sound of jazz, but also paved the way for its widespread popularity. Section 4. From the French Quarter to the world, the spread of jazz. As the 1920s roared, jazz music migrated north. It followed the routes of the Great Migration, as African Americans sought better opportunities in northern cities. Chicago became a major hub for jazz. The Windy City embraced the music with open arms. New York City soon followed suit. Jazz found a particularly receptive audience in Harlem. The Harlem Renaissance, a period of immense artistic and cultural flourishing, embraced jazz as its soundtrack. This era saw the rise of legendary jazz venues such as the Cotton Club and the Savoy Ballroom. These clubs became important stages for established stars and up-and-coming musicians alike. Section 5. Jazz and the Harlem Renaissance, a cultural revolution. Jazz became an integral part of the Harlem Renaissance. This period witnessed a flowering of African American art, literature, and music. Jazz, with its emphasis on improvisation and individual expression, resonated deeply with the spirit of the Harlem Renaissance. It provided a voice to the African American experience. Jazz clubs in Harlem were more than just entertainment venues. They became important social spaces. They fostered a sense of community and provided a platform for African American artists to showcase their talents. Jazz music became synonymous with the vibrancy and cultural dynamism of the Harlem Renaissance. Section 6. The enduring legacy of jazz. A global phenomenon. Jazz music transcended its origins to become a global phenomenon. It broke down racial barriers and fostered dialogue between cultures. Its influence continues to reverberate in various artistic expressions, including music, dance, and fashion. The improvisational spirit of jazz continues to inspire artists across genres. Jazz music embodies the spirit of creativity, individuality, and freedom. It represents a continuous evolution of musical expression. The legacy of jazz serves as a testament to the power of cultural exchange and the enduring human spirit. It remains a vital force in the world of music, constantly evolving and inspiring new generations of musicians and listeners alike.